நான் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணி விட்டுறேன். நான் அந்த பக்கம் ரெக்கார்டிங் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிட்டேன்.
Okay, can we talk? Start the thing.
You start this thing.
Welcome to everyone today evening. That is a Saturday evening. You guys have spent time for us. Thanks a lot, and we look forward to make it valuable for you guys. And thank Institute of Engineers for making this opportunity, for giving it to the community. And this is one of the series which we are doing, and last we did on cryptocurrency, and now they are doing on the skills and salaries of blockchainers worldwide. And so basically the blockchain network is a community which is bringing in the community welfare activities like creating education and creating awareness of the technology and networking people. And we also have a nice Facebook website where we have repository of a lot of material which you can browse through at your own time. And we also have a very experienced blockchainer, or I can say a technology wizard with us, Mr. Gokul Alex. And it's my pleasure to introduce him. And Gokul Alex is a engineer, an economist, a polyglot, like so many things I cannot mention. So I just cut off many things, I should say. And he does a lot of programming, and then poetry, psychology, physics, perspective. He is one of the blockchain experts in the top 100 list actually. And he's well known in the Indian circles, and he comes from the PwC and Ernst & Young consulting background. He's done considerable amount of consulting on blockchain technology projects at a government level as well as the enterprise level. So we have a very, very rich expertise of, which is coming on. And I thank you very much, Gokul, for joining us. I think today's session will be great with you amongst us, talking about the technology skills required for blockchain people, for IT people. And over to you.
Thank you, Praveen. It's an honor doing this program with institution engineers and the blockchain network community. Please let me take this opportunity to introduce Praveen. I'm sure Praveen is a very well-known expert to the members and the network of Institution of Engineers, the blockchain network. But beyond that, to all of you who are joining first time, we fondly call him the blockchain monk. He's the heart and soul of our blockchain network. He has been doing a pioneering work, spreading the blockchain message in the social circles and private and public sector across India. He has been very actively supporting Tamil Nadu e-governance agency, Institution of Engineers, XIM, NASCOM, and ISACA, FICCI, SPIN. And also he has been a key member in the Bankchain Consortium. And he has worked very closely with the blockchain industry group in USA, and also championing the programs on exponential technologies with Singularity Universities. And he has been very passionate about blockchain education. We could say that he has spread the message and inspired more than 5,000 people till date to embark on this enchanting journey, exciting journey to the world of blockchain.
Thank you, Gokul, for those nice words. So let's get started. So I'm excited. I want to share what we have developed, and we've collated the information. We can't say we researched, but then we collated a lot of information for you today evening. And I'll be talking predominantly on a non-technical side, while Gokul will be talking about hardcore technology. And like we will flip-flop whatever the schemes we will be doing. So now to check with us, to start with, everybody wants to know who is hiring actually. So if you see, banks are hiring, accountancy firms like Pricewaterhouse, accountancy firms like Accenture, oil and gas, insurance companies, retails like Walmarts, and law offices also. Like there are a lot of, in India we have a leading law firm. Gokul, help me with that name, but uh, there are at least 4 or 5 Nishit Desai and Associates, NDA they are called, and they are really, meaning like they're putting $1 million on this practice actually. And so there are a lot of jobs they are having at hand. And also there are a lot of startups in blockchain sector. And then standard tech firms like Infosys, TCS, CTS, Wipro, Tech Mahindra, IBM, everybody has a blockchain practice. So the jobs are in these companies. And apart from that, there are also governments. Several governments are warming up for blockchain thing to take an advantage of it. And they're trying to increase their efficiencies. And one such thing in Telangana is called the T Hub, and they have installed a blockchain district itself. And then you have Tamil Nadu e-governance, then Ministry of Electronics and Telecom, then you have Niti Aayog recruiting, you have RBI also recruiting. So you have range of government organization. You take any government organization, they're at least doing something about it on blockchains. And so there are quite an amount of work. And last year, same time, Tamil Nadu e-governance department gave me 32 jobs profiles to be found in for them. I could not believe that. I could not believe that a government can recruit 32 blockchain skills at different levels, right from developer to analyst to project managers. So that's where it is. So I'll jump into the non-blockchain, non-IT blockchain jobs. A very standard beginning thing is a blockchain intern for anybody who is a BSc or a BCom or a CA or just a fresher who wants to get a hands-on blockchain. He or she can become a blockchain intern. Then you also have a blockchain generalist, and these are sitting in an office analyzing blockchain opportunities for that company. And we also have marketing specialists who are selling blockchain products and services. And we have technical recruiters who are in the HR department recruiting blockchain people. Then you also have business analysts or research analysts in blockchain. Then you have content writers, and then you have blockchain attorney or legal consultants. And this is where it gets very interesting. Like the blockchain is for every skill. Like a CA can become a blockchain generalist. A CA can become a blockchain specialist in their own rights. So it is a very interesting space where all the skill sets can come into non-IT blockchain jobs actually. So going ahead with that, what kind of skill set, an analyst should have, Ram, some people are waiting. So
Yeah.
So what we are looking at is excellent spoken and written communication, standard business analyst requirement. And then you have accuracy and strong attention to detail and advanced knowledge on statistics. And then you have blockchain proficiency, then great organization skills, ability to handle fast-paced work, and ability to learn fast and work independently. So again, this all remains the same analyst work, but only thing is a one more skill you add to an analyst is a blockchain technology knowledge. And this is what makes a difference, makes a lot of difference in salary. It makes a lot of difference in the work environment, and a lot of opportunities open for analysts. So there again, when you talk about enterprise blockchain research, you research on consortia. That means a group of companies in a given industry, they join together and form a consortia, and they solve common problems like trade finance, identity, and securities kind of thing, or exchanges, even Australia Stock Exchange has built a blockchain thing, and Six Financial in Switzerland has built a blockchain. Deutsche Börse has also built a blockchain. So exchanges also do research on blockchain. We also have supply chains, and energy is a very big use case where energy trading has come onto it. Healthcare records are on blockchain. Real estate financing is on blockchain, and government projects. So enterprise blockchain is now become very wide, and it has lot of recruitment requirements and skills of these industries. They don't take anybody outside. They want real estate person in the real estate financing. They want a government guy into government. They want to add the skill and then keep the guy. So if you want to have a supply chain blockchain guy, they don't bring somebody from outside. They train the supply chain guy in blockchain. So that's a very good opportunity for all these industries to learn blockchain. So again, the kind of salaries we are talking about, a product manager, a risk analyst, an analyst relationship manager, legal counsel. Legal counsel is actually a lawyer, and a business analyst, and a community manager. Community manager is a standard person who manages 10 companies and runs a project is a community manager. They can get easily somewhere around $100,000 at the higher end, and 35,000, because this is a very maybe one working day job per week actually. That's why you can see the prices less, because it can be remotely also managed. And this is again a very interesting area. A community manager can be working in other place and also devote time and earn this extra money. And business analyst is ranging from 80,000 to 105,000. Legal is again 190,000 at the top end. Analyst is again 120,000 at the top end. So these are all American salaries, but then when you come to India, then it changes, but then it's considerably higher. We'll talk about India while Gokul presents the Indian salary scales. So this is what I can talk about non-IT jobs and their salaries and the types of jobs. So if you see, I just scroll back, and typically uh, a generalist, a CA can be a generalist, a lawyer can be a generalist, and in fact, court cases will start coming on blockchain. And so the judges can be generalists. So these are all general non-IT jobs one can choose. And then you can, HR managers can become a technical recruiter on blockchain. And content writers who are good at writing can become a blockchain content writer. So these are all the opportunities which we are now telling that people should choose to laterally shift into the blockchain industry. So that brings to end of the non-IT skill set and non-IT indicative salaries. I want to hand it over to my friend Gokul to talk about the technical jobs in blockchain.
Thank you, Praveen. Let's move to the next slide. Yeah. So, dear all, hope you got an idea of the blockchain economy, right? Blockchain is not just a technology. We are rebuilding the internet of value, a new economy. So, Praveen has kindly explained some of the very important non-technical jobs associated with the blockchain field. We should understand that the core technology in blockchain powers the
Gokul, we lost you.
Praveen, I think he has lost his electricity at home.
Yeah, it is. I'll just check. Yeah, what happened? Yeah, okay. All right, thanks. So I will stand in for him, and can we take questions or non-IT? Anybody who wants to talk about non-IT, you can take questions now.
Hello.
Sir, Christy here.
Yeah, Christy. Yeah.
So we understand that there are opportunities for non-IT people.
Yeah.
So to prove ourselves that we have blockchain knowledge, do you suggest any certifications for us from Blockchain Council or any other institute?
Yeah, you have to wait till end of the program. We'll also let you know on that.
Oh, okay, fine, sir. Fine, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, Prashant Surana.
Yeah, so basically the numbers what you have, so I have been involved in the blockchain space for like almost 4 or 5 years now, right?
Okay.
And from Indian perspective, what I have seen is that though a lot of people talk about blockchain jobs and all of that, but the ground level implementation, right, is really very low. And the kind of numbers what you have mentioned, I haven't seen, anyone offering that kind of a salaries in, Indian market. So I wanted to know like what is the ground level reality and what is the basis of these numbers, like, from which report or from where we have taken this, and what is the basis? Is this from Indian perspective or from global international standards?
Yeah, these are all US and European numbers, and we are expecting that most of our top MBAs and top what you call the colleges, which are engineering colleges, who are finishing and would like to go to international destination, they want to skill themselves right now, and these will be the numbers which you will see in the US and European territory. And yeah, definitely I'm also observing that these things, but then in terms of governments like even Tamil Nadu e-governance, I personally know of one person who shifted from a private job into government of Tamil Nadu as a solution architect, and there are so many analysts downstairs. They are getting better paid than an engineer these days. Normally engineers get paid 30,000 rupees. These starting salaries of Tamil Nadu e-governance, my first hand thing, the salary they put up on the table was 50,000 rupees. They're definitely 30% more than the normal, what you call, jobs. And these numbers definitely, you will be sure that these are the annual numbers of US. And as and when you come towards it, then there are some dilution of numbers because the rupee dollar conversion, and typically even $10,000 maybe not achievable by a beginner here. So about $5,000 is what is possible in India as a beginning salary. But what we are trying to tell here, and I have the Indian reports, but then what we have done is that we have compiled it from the international placement agencies, these numbers, and we'll share this PowerPoint. And when you see the international numbers, they'll be exactly the same, like Upgrade, and there are some sites like PayScale, then Monster. They're all sites which have these numbers.
Glassdoor.
Did I answer your question, Prashant?
Yeah, you did, but I think, let's connect little offline, because I have a lot of, ifs and buts. Like, you can understand my queries coming from, being involved in this space from a long time.
Yes.
You need a detailed, conversation.
Yeah, that is, see, for a person who is already involved in 4 years, we didn't expect a person to come here. So we expected only persons who are trying to look at this industry as an attractive value proposition. Okay. And also not a COVID kind of scenario, a non-COVID kind of scenario would have unlocked this kind of wealth for people.
Yeah, no, definitely. I agree with you. There are tremendous opportunities. And one of the biggest gaps is that though there are a lot of certifications out there, but they're not able to produce the kind of professional what is required for this industry, right? And there's a lot of gap there. That's
We should talk offline. Yep.
And yeah, let's do it. So
Thank you.
Great if you can just drop your contact
Yeah,
number.
it will be there. It will be there at the end of the presentation.
இல்ல அது வேற இதுல தான் போய் நிக்குது அது.
Gokul has joined, and it took a couple of questions, Gokul, so that you can come in at by time. Okay.
Thank you so much,
So,
Praveen. Sorry for the inconvenience. I had a
so I'm back to your screen.
power outage. So
I saw that.
thank you so much. So let me continue the session. We are talking about technical jobs in
The power is gone again. I think there's a power is a villain these days. Any more questions, please, on a non-technical thing?
Praveen, this is Shine here.
Yeah, Shahid, yeah.
I'm having a 12 years of experience working in insurance BPO.
Okay.
So how will my this uh, expertise I can bring it to blockchain?
So fantastic question and a fantastic timing. Okay. Now, you know, the insurance industry is stuck with so much illegal claims, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That's the domain expertise you have, correct?
I don't deal with fraud
No, no,
part.
I'm just saying, at least you will be aware about types of things happening around, and you know where to get them and how they are happening, because you might be a sales guy, and you might be knowing where those coming from and what kind of claims and how the companies have been trying to mitigate those things year on year. Yes or no?
Yes, we have started integrating AI and with live
Yes.
tracking.
Yes. So now what happens is that there are blockchain initiatives in India as well in the insurance space. And in the insurance space, you will be called as a domain expert because you already spent your time there. Okay. So what happens is that all that you need to do is you certify and you get domain expertise here. And after you get the domain expertise, that is blockchain technology expertise, then you'll start seeing the insurance industry in a different way. So then what happens is that the entire scenario is uh, the blockchain works inside the domain expertise and not separately. Okay, it works in your current legacy platform only. So there are so many people who come out like you and join the blockchain thing. I myself, I'm a financial trading professional, and I have acquired this knowledge about 5 years back, and I specialize in what you call blockchain in financial services actually. And you can also do that. And what happens is that your vertical, you go and you increase your skill set on blockchain, and then you do a couple of internships in some of the insurance thing online, or some even places where they are doing blockchain. In the Bombay territory, there are quite a number of companies who are trying blockchain things. So you can work there, and then you can gain expertise of how it was implemented, and then go back to your company and say, hey, I'm expert in this area and I know how things are done. So then you become an internal champion of blockchain in that company. So your job role itself changes. Then suddenly you will start interfacing with all the insurance company blockchain specialists, meeting once in a month or twice in a month, and trying to solve problems and integrate the platform with the blockchain with your company. So it is a very nice scenario and a very good question, Shain.
Praveen, I'm back.
Did I answer your question, Shain?
Yes, thank you, Praveen.
Yeah, welcome. Over to Gokul again.
Yeah, thank you. I'm finally back on my 4G. So there was some issue with the power here. Apologies, everyone. Let me continue. So what I was saying is, blockchain, like Praveen is saying, is the new economy. And this is coming together of a lot of field. When Bitcoin started, Bitcoin created a new world for digital money, right? The combination of cryptography and money has become a very powerful combination. So people like Praveen and all the other experts who are coming from financial services, governments, and media, entertainment, telecom, healthcare, they are all adding a lot of value to this field. And we need to understand as technocrats how we can leverage this ecosystem. The most important thing is blockchain is a paradigm shift from the traditional web applications or traditional mobile applications. This is not a fat client thin protocol. If you followed the history of internet application development or electronic business application development from 2000, after the burst of dot-com boom, from the early 2000 to 2010, or from 1995 to 2010, we have built more and more applications on the web, the client side, and made it very heavy. And on the other side, the basic internet protocol did not have much of change. So this is where blockchain is bringing a paradigm difference. Blockchain is strengthening the bottommost layer, the protocol layer of internet, and blockchain protocols are strengthening this layer of communication and consensus algorithms that we use for distributed computing to a new level. However, some of the traditional skills are very, very important in this scale. That is why we are presenting to you what are the most important technical skills. You continue to build software. You have to design solutions, and you need project managers who can bring them together. Even yesterday, I was talking to a company based in United States. They are coming to India to see what is our overall skill. Can you project manage along with building solution? So this is where there will be a huge demand for the resources in India, because blockchain project management together with solution, application development, and software engineering is the combination, the end-to-end combination where India will have a huge opportunity, or the countries like India and emerging economies will have huge opportunity. Blockchain is not a standalone piece like a game development or a mobile app development. It is a combination, it is a convergence of protocols, distributed computing, networks, and web applications, mobile applications, and an exciting new concept known as smart contracts, right? So this is what blockchain offers to you. So again, yes, Praveen.
I was also telling, I want to add here, is that in the world, Indians' mathematical capabilities are superior to most of the world population. And our people are so much strong in maths. And this is the power required for this technology. And mathematical skill sets are the things which are highest required for this technical knowledge. And once you do that, then what will happen is that you really going to catapult yourself into bigger levels, because mathematics is a big game, and we'll talk more about it. Gokul, over to you.
Yeah, thank you for relating it. I have not added that profile here. If there is an underlying profile which is powering blockchain, that is called cryptography. So if you go to Europe, blockchain engineers are mainly skilled in cryptography. That is why we see lot of protocols coming from Europe. If you see in the recent last 2-3 years, there has been so many protocols. And if you see the community supporting Ethereum Foundation, quite a lot of them are cryptographers. They are widely distributed in Europe, US, but one thing we should additional skill in mathematics, we have to unleash here. This is very, very important, because if you have to do original contributions in this space, our knowledge of cryptography will become more important than ever. In the last, I would say 5 years, the initial years, we were building decentralized applications and smart contracts. But in the next years, in the next coming years, our knowledge of cryptography will be a very crucial skills, which is definitely based on mathematics. And you know, if you look at the Indian developers and Indian engineers, we are well respected for our skills in machine learning, statistics, and data science. Why? Because we are so good in mathematics. So we have been traditionally very good in the statistical side of mathematics. We have not spent much of our time on cryptography part. And this is where we should give our focus now, because blockchain is a garden of cryptography. And that is why people who want to lead the blockchain world will need to learn more about cryptography. And there is a special part in cryptography called consensus algorithms, which helps us to apply cryptography for distributed computing systems. And these are very important skills. I'm sure our engineers are studying cryptography in our academic syllabus, but we have to start applying it. We have to take it very seriously when we are getting into blockchain technical jobs. Let us move to next slide, Praveen. So we wanted to tell you about the standard jobs coming to India right now. Blockchain, very soon in the future, protocol development and cryptography jobs will come. But when you look at the mainstream now, very important jobs are coming to India in blockchain application development. This has been the case in the last so many years. I mean, from 2015 onwards, blockchain development jobs are coming to India. So they are expecting the main the skill required, the more than the number of years of experience. They are looking at the knowledge in some of the recently popular paradigms like web services, REST-based web service development, and good knowledge of enterprise programming languages like Java, Kotlin, JavaScript, and new generation languages called Solidity and Go language. Solidity is a language which has taken birth from the world of Ethereum blockchain. But Go language is a very scalable distributed computing language. The Go language has been there for some time, but Solidity has become very popular ever since Ethereum blockchain protocol has become one of the most popular in the world of blockchain. So in the world of blockchain, we don't look for so many years of experience for a developer. Somebody who is very passionate about the protocol side of things, who is having a good exposure to the concept of smart contracts. When we started programming, we remember programming business logic was a different skill. We used to program business logic in EJBs and remote process. We used to do business objects, and we used to do business. So, you know, developing business logic in enterprise Java and .NET was a different skill than developing web applications and servlets. So what has happened now is blockchain has become the language for the business logic development, or smart contracts are the equivalent to all the EJBs and business objects. So this has become a critical skill because blockchain is taking the business logic part into the database side. That is the beauty of it. See, you code your business logic inside the blockchain database. And that is the beauty of blockchain. blockchain is a distributed database secured by cryptography, and you write code and deploy those code into blockchain. If you know, the founder of Ethereum protocol, Vitalik Buterin, said, we earlier we spoke about smart contracts because smart contract is a paradigm. Cypherpunks, the early crypto community used it. That's why they use smart contracts. But ideally, it means persistent automated database queries. So it is nothing but code running in database. So smart contract development is nothing but writing code that will stay forever in databases, distributed databases. So this is nothing but you are doing database programming in new generation languages like Solidity, Kotlin, Go, or some of the popular languages like Java and JavaScript. So that is a key skill we expect from the blockchain developers. And we are not looking for, there is no upper limit like you should have or lower limit like you should have minimum 10 years experience. If you are familiar with this paradigm shift, if you're familiar with this new paradigm of smart contracts, if you're familiar with the new format like JSON and GraphQL, and if you know how to do remote procedure call with JSON, and if you know how to deal with REST-based web services, you are good to start. And that is where you are expected to learn the new protocols, the protocols that we spoke about: Ethereum, Corda, Quorum, Bitcoin, Hyperledger Fabric, and Hyperledger Indy. We don't mention Bitcoin always because Bitcoin, even though it's very popular worldwide, in India, most of the blockchain app developments are happening in Ethereum because Ethereum has become a programmer's blockchain. So when you see the blockchain, there is two different classifications. One is open blockchain and another one is a closed blockchain. We call it permissioned and permissionless. So when you look at the world like public internet, the public blockchain uses Ethereum for various use cases. It could be, like Praveen said, insurance, healthcare, financial services, and different other use cases. But when we look at enterprise use cases, more to do with the secure private applications, some blockchain protocols like Hyperledger Fabric, Corda, Quorum, and Hyperledger Indy, they are popular. So, but we say that as a blockchain developer, you should be versatile, to learn both public blockchain and private blockchain, because in the future, very importantly, we are seeing this difference blurring, the difference between the private blockchain and the public blockchains becoming thinner and thinner, fainter and fainter, because we see more enterprises getting into public blockchain space and more public protocols providing an enterprise version. If you see Ethereum, we can deploy privately with different flavors, and Ethereum is collaborating with Hyperledger Foundation to launch new protocols like Hyperledger Besu. And so the collaboration between open blockchains and closed blockchains are becoming more stronger than ever. And nowadays, even companies like TCS getting into cryptocurrency trading related platforms. So we are very soon going to see the world of cryptocurrencies and enterprise blockchains converging. But until then, it is good you learn both open blockchains and closed blockchains, or public and private blockchains. But along with this, we should know how to deal with the latest integration technologies like web services and the latest data exchange formats like JSON and GraphQL. And we should know the basics of remote procedure call, and we should learn the new generation smart contract languages like Solidity. There are so many other languages in other blockchains, but Solidity is one of the leader because Ethereum is becoming the global leader in the decentralized finance space. and hence the prominence and importance of Solidity is going to increase further and further. Having said that, there will be more demand for other languages like Kotlin, which is used in Corda, Java, which is used in Corda and Hashgraph, and Go language, which is used in Hyperledger Fabric and Indy and some others. JavaScript, which is popularly used across different blockchains. There is one more language called Rust, which is very popularly used in blockchain's cryptography part. And some of the blockchains like Polkadot and others are also writing a lot in Rust. So that is about blockchain application development. Praveen, can we move to the next slide, please?
Yep.
Okay, now we would also...
Gokul, I just was wanting to talk about Python actually. Python is across AI and other machine learning languages I want you to talk about.
Yes, yes, we miss Python here along with Rust. Python is also very important because many of the blockchain clients are written in Python. And if you know the founder of Ethereum, Vitalik is a very proficient Python programmer. Vitalik writes most of the cryptographic libraries initially in cryptographic and consensus libraries initially in Python itself. And Python is a very general purpose language. Like Praveen said, the data science community, AI community, and web application developers, they all use Python extensively. We can develop a lot of clients. We can do a lot of integration with enterprises using Python. And we can always use Python wrappers on some of the other libraries. For example, initially for speed of execution, you can write your protocols in C, C++ and Rust. And then when you want to wrap it up for some easy client deployment, you can do it in Python. That is the use of Python. Python will help you to prototype faster, to pilot faster, and experiment faster. So Python is always an asset to a blockchain developer. Now, coming to blockchain solution architect. Blockchain solution architect will be a multi-solution architect. If you know, some companies have been hiring for the job multi-solution architect. So blockchain requires that multi-solution architecture skill. You don't need to be more than 10 years experience to become a blockchain architect. The key thing is how much of years of experience you have with blockchain protocols and how much knowledge you have in latest UI development libraries and frameworks like Angular, React, and Vue.js, and some of the other MVC frameworks in Python like Django and etc. And you should be very good in middleware development using Node.js or Python or Java or Go language. And like I said, REST API knowledge using JSON RPC and XML RPC, these are very important skills. And definitely, when you look at blockchain deployment, like we said earlier, some of the blockchains we deploy within enterprise. Some of the public blockchains we definitely deploy in the global public blockchain environment. We call it mainnet or main network and the test network. So main network and test network are global blockchain environments, which are more relevant for public blockchains like Ethereum and Tezos, Algorand and Eternity, Bitcoin, etc. But when you look at enterprise blockchains, most of the cases you deploy in cloud, you create your own production environments. You should also be familiar with on-premise deployment. So blockchain solution architect should be well versed in deploying blockchain to different clouds like AWS, Azure, and Bluemix, and OpenStack, etc. And also should be familiar with DevOps methodology, because DevOps will become a religion and part of the blockchain world when you go at massive scale and when you go to production. And definitely you will, for performance improvement and faster efficiency see blockchains will be deployed on containers and microservices, and hence knowledge of for a blockchain solution. And let's move to next slide, please, Praveen. Yeah, so very important skill in holding the entire blockchain team is the blockchain project manager. We can't simplify or say how important this role is, because blockchain project management is very, very different from conventional and innovative projects. Like you must have done traditional finance projects or new mobile app or social media app development projects or some other application development projects. But blockchain projects require a real understanding of the new concepts like smart contracts, blockchain protocol, different protocols. Where do you use private blockchain? Where do you use public blockchain? Where do you use enterprise blockchain? Where do you use federated blockchain? What is the importance of cryptography in blockchain and digital signatures? These are the building blocks of blockchain. Hence, a good understanding of these terms and concepts is very important for a blockchain project manager, because this is very important to estimate the delivery timelines, estimate the efforts, and understand the efforts from the team, and also to explain the deliverables to your client, and more importantly, how to manage the timelines, delivery, and execution of the team. Having said that, very good, it is important to be comfortable with different software development lifecycle and methodologies like Agile, Scrum, Kanban, Waterfall, and some tools, new age tools we use like Trello, Proof Hub, Clubhouse, etc. And should be very familiar with the cloud-based infrastructure, microservice-based infrastructure, and DevOps infrastructure. Experience-wise, since this is a new generation technology, right? Any project manager with 5 to 7 years experience can get into the blockchain journey. The more experience is there, it will be better in terms of the overall maturity and the ability to handle complex projects. But 5 to 7 years of experience would be good to get started as a blockchain project manager. So these are 3 important skills we wanted to highlight in the Indian context. There are some other profiles like blockchain UI UX designer, blockchain security testing, blockchain QA, and blockchain business analyst, who should also have some understanding of the technical terms and concepts, which Praveen has already mentioned. Having said that, blockchain security testing and blockchain UX and UI will become very important in the coming years in India. We can expect these 2 profiles also to become very popular, and we will be covering these profiles also in our upcoming education programs. Over to Praveen.
Thank you, Gokul. Thank you, Gokul. And that's a very interesting thing. I want to add one here is that there is a specialized company in Delhi, and that company only tests and certifies smart contracts. Just imagine how specialized the industry has become. So if a smart contract is working, they only do that. They just certify and test smart contracts, and they say this is a safe, secure code, and they certify it. So again, the industry has evolved so much, and the technology people can work in a very focused area like smart contracts. And I want to add that the smart contracts is a very good place to focus your thing on. So thanks, Gokul, for a very detailed technology overview. I hope our technical audience would have understood majority of it. And now I'm going to jump on the juicy part, the salaries. So the salary part, I want Gokul to hop in whenever you find something
Sure.
interesting on that.
Yeah.
So typically, if you see the European rates, when I talk to some of the people in the industry, the European rates, I'm not talking about the pandemic time, I'm just talking about the good times. Is that when you talk about a developer of an Accenture or a kind of thing, they're talking about $450 per hour. And once you get skilled and a developer with a certification, blockchain certification plus about 5 projects, it jumps double kind of situation. It's a very, very interesting, what you call interesting scenario where your salaries go up. So we will see it in the coming slides of various territories. I'll be covering US, UK, Singapore, and India. So if you see the global scenario, like in Asia, when you talk about Singapore, or Malaysia, Hong Kong, Japan, then you can talk about your Australia. These are all the very hot hubs where a lot of blockchains, what you call activity occurs, and people are working around that. And even Indonesia, like countries, they're working on blockchain efforts. Then Europe is again an average salary, like these are all developer jobs in the beginning level jobs. I'm not talking about a very senior level job, the beginning level jobs. They go up an average about $73,000. And the US is again $200,000 at the top end and an average of $130,000. And remote. Now, this is very important. I think, Gokul, I want you to spend some time. This remote is a very interesting area. You don't go anywhere. You sit at your home, you code, you make this money. So this is where I want you to again address Gokul, because this is a very interesting space.
Yeah.
Specifically during this pandemic period, how can people work around these kind of salaries?
Yeah, it's a very important point what Praveen has mentioned, how to get remote jobs in blockchain world. So, you should be a developer evangelist. You should be, you may be a very good developer. See, in the past, we all were busy doing coding at enterprise, our job, and we don't talk about it. But this is the new generation of developer evangelists. The the nerds and the geeks who are active in the social media and the developer communities. And this is where the remote jobs will come for you. You have to demonstrate your skills in Stack Overflow, in GitHub, in also network with the blockchain,
Reddit.
in the Reddit, and also in Twitter, and be active in different forums. If you know all the protocols, be it Ethereum, Tezos, Algorand, Eternity, and Cardano, all of them have their own developer forums. So once you are active in these forums, once you are demonstrating your competency and credibility in Stack Overflow, in GitHub, Reddit, and all this developer focus, technology focused social media, that's where remote jobs will come for you. I got my first remote job opportunity in 2017 itself, when I got a chance to work with a protocol called Komodo when I was active in doing a work in Interledger, which was like integrating different blockchain ledgers. So that came exclusively through Stack Overflow. Even today, whenever I connect to different blockchain developers, these forums are the places where you can get exciting remote jobs. Having said that, you should be very confident and competent to demonstrate your skills in a global level. We have to understand now, in the global remote communities, see, now the world, in the first 10 years, we had an advantage. Like always, when the projects get offshore, it will come to India. But nowadays, the market is more wide open when you look at the gig economy. So we have to compete with the developers in Ukraine, and in Vietnam, China, Singapore, Australia, and Slovakia, Israel, and uh, different other global uh, skill markets. So that is exciting about the gig economy and the remote jobs. But the advantage, exciting thing is they're looking for your skills more than number of years of experience or the or anything else. They look for your experience in new languages like Go language, exposure to Solidity. Rust is a very popular language for remote jobs. Likewise, a lot of remote jobs come for Node.js skills, and a lot of skills come for, like Praveen was earlier highlighting, community management. Lot of developer relations job, community management role will come, and security testing also comes in a remote way, because this is a niche skill. And definitely a community manager role is someone who is very creative in building global communities. Community manager role will be something that people will look for the best across the world. Hence, it will not be localized job. There is a good chance of this job coming remotely. And marketing, blockchain marketer role will also be, because the blockchain world is highly decentralized. That's the main point. And hence,
Yeah.
all the new generation blockchain
Actually, this pandemic situation has not
yeah,
affected this blockchain world, because everybody was working remotely only, and everybody was working at a satellite teams, and
yeah,
they are really, this pandemic has not changed anything in the blockchain world, I must say, Gokul. So moving
precisely.
on, I will look at some UK salaries. They're talking about very high $1,500 per day for cryptocurrency blockchain technical advisory. Then senior developers are about $600, 600 or $800 per day, 600 pounds actually. And then commercial IP and technology, these are all like, intellectual property people. They get paid very, very heftily. So intellectual property professionals also find a lot of work in this area, and specifically in Switzerland, where Zug is a crypto valley. You can find a remote job, very, very lucrative jobs in the crypto valley in Zug as well. So when you turn around to US again, we cannot forget US, though US has a lot of problems of Donald Trump and other things. You still have to look at an average salary of about a developer, about 150,000, at a top end about $242,000. So these are all very, very interesting numbers you should consider to be a blockchain developer. Again, when you see US, where are the jobs? You'll have to see it's New York and Los Angeles or San Francisco Bay Area, and specifically in the London area, where we're seeing a lot of jobs. These are the fresh jobs locations which I picked up today evening. So again, when you see Singapore, one of my other group member, he just sent me this transcript this morning. I'm just putting his name is JP, and he sits out of Singapore. He sent me that 8,000 Singapore dollars per month is a full stack developer, and one blockchain project only. And that's about, you can get on to $8,000 Singapore dollar job. And marketing jobs are $5,000 to $6,000 Singapore dollar jobs and marketing jobs. And then very high-end jobs, AI plus blockchain, blockchain plus IoT, blockchain plus infrastructure development, $11,000 to $12,000 is a per month thing. But then here again, you have a catch. They are looking for local people, and Singapore has started looking more inwards, and they're looking at local people. But then these are the numbers you want to see at a neighboring state like Singapore. This is a very interesting ground report. I got it this morning, and thanks to JP, he's a blockchain center guy, and he shared it. I thought I would share it with you guys, a ground report where, and he's talking about 45 to 50 job openings per month. It's a very, for a size of Singapore, it's a very big number, because it's a, city-state kind of scenario. So very interesting developments in Singapore. Singapore is fully open in blockchain and cryptocurrency. Japan, another thing which we are not covering today, but Japan, you need Japanese language. And Japan is again an open area, and then again, job opportunities there come with your language as a primary tool there. So again, Indian salaries, I got it from this. This is from Glassdoor in India, and this is again a pay scale India. These two slides, you will also find it there when you Google it up. And we are talking about an average salary of 4 lakh rupees. So somebody in the early time, they are talking about where are the jobs, where are the jobs. This is the jobs. We are talking 25th April kind of things, and range of 150,000 at a low end, like 1,52,000. That may be a very small company, but an average job was about 4 lakh rupees. And if you see, a software developer is 5 lakh rupees here, and senior software engineer about 7 lakhs, and then say 10 lakhs ahead of it. And then again, another question is that where is the jobs? And again, the jobs are mostly in Bangalore, Pune, then Hyderabad, and even Mumbai is a lot of jobs, but then we find the statistical situation where we see that Mumbai is not contributing to that high level of thing, but whereas Bangalore is again spearheading ahead of it. And Gokul can tell that even Kerala is now gone ahead with Kerala Blockchain Academy and a lot of initiatives there. Andhra Pradesh is not in the statistics. I don't know why, but then Andhra Pradesh also should be there. So quite a number of pointers are there that Bangalore is a good destination to be. And that's where I saw Gokul first. So Gokul was there in Bangalore, and then now he's in Kochi these days. So again, I leave it to Gokul to talk about how to, become a blockchainer. Gokul, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Praveen. Yes, like we said, there is a lot of, like Praveen said, there is a lot of convergence in the blockchain technology space in India. More and more uh, uh, skill developers. We are seeing these three as the hotspots of blockchain developers. So unlike other traditional technologies, I would like to say the blockchain is where, even though it is decentralized, it is very much community driven and technology driven, where people show more enthusiasm for learning new technologies. That's where we get more skilled resources, and that's where companies are going for resources. That's why we see more jobs currently in these cities. But having said that, there is a possibility that we'll see more decentralization in the coming years, when there will be more democratization and more learning of blockchain technology across the spectrum. If we see more developers from other cities, like tier 2 cities like Coimbatore, Vizag, and Gurugram, and Noida, like you never know if there are more so it's all community driven. Like Praveen was saying, a blockchain academy in Kerala, which has created a lot of blockchain developers there, and because of that there are at least 3-4 blockchain startups working in that particular city. But at the same time, we can't discount the fact that we need more investments to come and more startups to come. So everything is happening at a very breakneck speed right now. That's why it's an exciting time. Like Praveen was saying, how do you start this journey? It is important that when you move from another profession, or when you are doing a cross industry or cross profession journey to blockchain, it is very important you get some, working for blockchain in very good companies. Their career prospects significantly improved after taking certifications. That's why I would like to, and especially for young graduate hires and new freshers, certification has really helped them to become more confident and more creative in the market. Because certification is not just giving you knowledge, it is giving you an access to an ecosystem. You will get connected to mentors. You will get connected to industry experts. You will understand where to seek knowledge, how to prioritize your time, how to demonstrate your caliber. And that is where a good certification can help you. So, like mentioned here, you have to be very flexible. You have to be open to gaining so you have to improve your competency and credibility. And through this, your career prospects will also significantly improve. And hence, we recommend you to get certified in blockchain and connect with industry experts. Always understand the trends in this industry. Keep yourself updated. I remember I started my blockchain journey initially with Bitcoin, and then Eris, Ripple. Then I had to move to Hyperledger, then Ethereum, Hashgraph, and IOTA, Zcash. So this journey has been, as a developer and a technology enthusiast, it has been nothing short of exciting. It's like blockchain on, it gives you so much of confidence, creative confidence.
Gokul,
Yeah.
I want to rush a bit because I want to give more time for questions.
Sure.
So, okay, again, we have a blockchain certified program, and it's called Business Blockchain for everyone who wants to enter the blockchain industry next Saturday. It's from 9:30 to 5:30 p.m. and it is we issue a blockchain based certificate which is verifiable by anybody, and it's a joint program of Indian Society of Training and Development, which is a HR Apex certifying company, and Institute of Engineers, which is an engineering certification company. Both are coming together. Me, Gokul, and Sudhin Badavkar is a leading banker. We are going to train people on this. It is next week, Saturday, morning to evening 5:30. Please consider being certified and going ahead, starting the journey on blockchain technology. And this course is called Business Blockchain, and it's a master class for the next generation leaders. So how to do it is another very important thing. So build the basics, start the thing, consider cryptography, like Gokul said, understand distributed computing and theory and application, learn the languages, then immediately jump into an internship free of cost. Just don't even care and get expertise. Go among the experts. Be moving around the people in blockchain space. Then you will know a new way of working is work from home, or a remote working is the norm in the industry. Then try to play your hands on smart contracts. Do something on GitHub. We'll talk more, and I will ask Gokul to spend time on GitHub, and go and attend a lot of blockchain events, both online and offline. Meetups are there. There are so many meetups in every city. We have a few in Chennai, and then there are everywhere meetups on blockchain communities. For each platform now, at least 10 or 15 blockchain platforms are there. Meetups are there. You want to go there. So again, at a non-technical level, I want you to build your profile and put it on LinkedIn. And once you put it on LinkedIn, and then you put your articles and the new explorations you do on a daily basis on LinkedIn, people start watching you. And once they watch you, they become attracted to your ways of doing things. And that's where you get your job. So LinkedIn is also playing a very big role in blockchain industry, and that community is watching you from remotely. They will start communicating with you after a while, and you don't know how they will communicate. Suddenly somebody from Europe calls me, suddenly somebody from US sends a message to me, why not do this, why not do that? So your LinkedIn profile, you might be, as a technology guy, not interested much in LinkedIn, but then very important is LinkedIn is now the game. And that's the gate opener for you into the top corporates and things. So what I should recommend is LinkedIn is a one very, very good gateway. and build your LinkedIn profile, connect as many people in the blockchain industry, you will get a great breakthrough using LinkedIn. But then GitHub and a developer, blockchain developer cannot be separated. That's how we'll stop. I want to ask Gokul to tell how a developer should start using GitHub and how he should present open source software and his coding into the GitHub, and that will get him a job. Gokul.
Thank you, Praveen, for highlighting the importance of GitHub. GitHub is the one place where all your developer competencies can be demonstrated. For example, you whatever repositories you follow, you can uh, fork them and refer their updates. You can watch repositories. You can maybe you have written some sample code in Jupyter Notebook, or you have written some Python scripts locally, or you must have tried some Ethereum DR development using Truffle. Please don't hesitate to commit them online on GitHub repository, unless there is a client confidential information where there is a non-disclosure agreement. You can whatever your creative and confident work that you have done in your Truffle environment, where you did your Ethereum DApp, or be it your smart contract that you have written in Remix, or something you have written on your local Hyperledger Fabric environment. You should highlight, and also importantly, in GitHub, and in addition to your code, you can also upload your study notes as gist. You can write your small gist files and update them in GitHub, which will show your learning career or learning curve also in GitHub repositories. And very importantly, when you create a new repository in GitHub, you should create it with a relevant license. For example, there are different licenses available. One license, MIT license, is very open, very flexible. There is another license from Apache. Apache license is there. Then there is a Creative Commons license and GNU public license. Different license model is there. So when you put your creative code in GitHub, you should understand, you should have an idea in mind. What is the future? How do you want this code to exist in the repository in the future? Do you want people to use it without consulting you in their own manner? Then you can give MIT license. You want your contributions to be recognized along with them, then you can give Apache license. If you want everyone to do copyleft, follow your own tree and the relevant license, apply relevant license. Another important thing that you should do is, when you're checking in code, you can omit the code from node modules. For example, when you check in your Truffle, or when you submit some of the code which is having some NPM, node package manager dependencies, it is better you skip them. Otherwise, your repository will become bloated and very difficult for you to manage and maintain, and for others to manage. So you should get familiarity with GitHub at the earliest, because most of the remote jobs, everyone will look for your GitHub repository. Not only remote jobs, all the startups who are hiring now, not only startups, some of the very leading companies like Facebook and LinkedIn and Netflix and also Uber, Google, they all check for your GitHub repositories. So it doesn't matter whether the company is big or small, fast or slow, they all look for hiring the developers who have demonstrated their competencies in the internet. So in this brave new world, it is very important that we should know how to demonstrate our thought leadership in LinkedIn and our coding competency in GitHub, and also participate in Stack Overflow in blockchain conversations. There is Stack Overflow for stack exchanges for Tezos, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and you can also participate in the public Stack Overflow for all other community. So please consider, this is the new world where you have to demonstrate your competencies, your creative confidence. That's why we are recommending you to be more active in LinkedIn, GitHub, Stack Overflow, and others. Over to Praveen.
Thank you, Gokul. Thank you, Gokul. That's very nice. So another thing is that the traditional job sites you'll find, Indeed, Glassdoor, LinkedIn, Monster, Naukri, Simply Hired, and kind of things. Those will anyway give you, but then there are some resources which we want to leave you, which is specialized is the Coinbase, and then blockchain headhunters, Ethlons, Block Tribe, BitJob, Upworks. Some of the statistics came from Upworks as well, and you can get freelance jobs also. And then you have Consensus is one of the platforms which gives you careers on that. And I will ask Gokul to talk about platform-based career options.
Yeah, thank you, Praveen. Yes, that is another important thing we should know. In addition to the big firms and the startups, all these protocol companies, they are hiring across the world. For example, I told you when in 2017, I came across a job opportunity from Komodo, and thereafter Ripple hired a lot of developers in India. And you know, for the Ethereum, right? Consensus is the one of the most, you know, Consensus is the enterprise division of Ethereum Foundation. Consensus had a developer, developer community in India. They also hired a lot of professionals in India. Likewise, we can also see Corda hiring developer evangelists in India. I am closely connected to Praveen and myself. We are connected to Corda developer evangelists. They are working out of India. They have very good presence in India. Corda protocol, along with Singapore, they consider India as one of the strategic region. Corda is also having their developer presence. Ripple is having their developer presence. And like India, our own homegrown protocols and platforms like Matic and
Matic is doing very
other
well.
protocols.
Matic is done very well.
Lattice, Matic, and
also very...
Marlin and Matic. Their co-founders, their CTOs and their co-founders are India-based. So Marlin and Matic, they all their developers are based out in India, and they also even now hiring a lot. And internationally, many blockchain protocols like Polkadot and Near protocol and others like Eternity, they are all expanding and hiring profiles across the world. Especially Polkadot and Near, they have recently hired a lot of developers, and some of them are from India. And
so again, Gokul, I think we're running short of time. So again, the old paradigm of 10,000 hours and 15 years of expertise is gone. The new norm is 2,000. That is 3 years to 4 years is what is that blockchain norm. And in 3 to 4 years, you'll really become a solution architect, or 5 years max, you'll become a solution architect and get a top paying jobs. This is what we are trying to invite you, a journey on blockchain. So this is the new paradigm of expertise. We want you to embark on that. And please type in your email address for this particular presentation to be sent to you. We will send you, share the Google thing. And we also have some resources on our thing, and the journey just now begins. After all this 1 hour, 1.5 hours of thing, the journey just now begins. So again, I'm trying to tell you that, we have a program next week. Please try to join our business blockchain masterclass. Christy, one of the participants here, has already registered for it. We are going to have another certified program of for developers. It will be a 2 or 3 day program, and we will specialize that batch with one of the platforms. It can be R3 Coda, it can be Hyperledger, or it can be Ethereum. So any one of the platform will specialize, and the 3-day program will happen in August. Look out for that, and we will soon announce that. This is again certified on blockchain and verified on blockchain certificates. So this is again a very important thing. And before that, we want to leave it for open for questions.
Sir, Christy here.
Yeah, Christian.
I came across one earning opportunity through blockchain technology. They say forsage.io, forsage.io. Through that platform, we can earn Ethereum, it seems, by referring other people. The investment is just 0.05 Ethereum. That is, we have to pay only 1,800 rupees and join 3 people under us. So, do you
So,
think it is a legitimate option?
Christy, just want of time. This multi-level marketing, wherever, please don't follow. Please.
Okay.
Multi-level marketing, wherever. In this industry, it's much more, and they try to entice. And some of the schemes, I have spoken separately on cryptocurrency, and please look at those videos. I'll also send it to you personally. And in cryptocurrency, there are schemes which will say your money will double in 2 hours. So please don't even go for that. These are all fraud, actually. Next.
Okay,
Any new question, please?
Thank you.
So we have a link which will give you job profiles in the industry, which is again come from Matic team. And there's a forms which you want to fill up and then get this PPT. Fill in this form and then you can get PPT. So this will be shared in the public thing. Also in the video, you can cut and paste this link. So any questions, please?
Yeah,
Anybody?
hi. Shubneet this side.
Yeah.
So I've been working as a blockchain developer, primarily working as a blockchain developer from like past 4 years. And also
Your name was?
Shubneet.
Shubneet.
Chabla.
Where?
Yeah, I'm working from Delhi in Gurgaon. I've worked for like Niti Aayog India for POCs and Japanese government.
Okay, that's very nice.
Now I have completed my master's in post-graduation in business analyst, just to add on to my blockchain skills. So I'm a bit confused, like whether I should stick to this niche technology because I'm doing, I think it has a bright future. And also I want to like just add on to my skills also, like this business analyst thing. So how should I go like hand in hand, taking both the things?
See, again, the thing is that no, you're a core developer, okay?
Yeah.
Now, this analyst business, no, it is like too much of what you call compiling of reports, statistical analysis, and unless until you have got an MBA in what you call, finance and kind of things, you typically get foxed out. Okay, it's a very good question. I'm a developer. Can I move to analysis? Okay, definitely you can move to analysis. I would, instead of that, I would recommend you to become a pre-sales person before looking at that, because once you go to pre-sales, you'll start seeing the customers and then you will talk to customers. Then that's also a very good paying job. And all these IT firms like Infosys and others, they take people like you to become pre-sales and program management jobs. You can become a program manager who will work from sales, pre-sales, sales, and then integration to the customer environment. All these jobs will add value. And then slowly, you need to build extreme analytical skills, right? You need to, in business analysis, you'll have to pull a rabbit out of the bag. You need to suddenly find out a opportunity from nowhere. And so all these things, you will get when you are in the pre-sales condition and look at that game. Suddenly, you'll have to make a business report in 24 hours and Gokul will know for a tender or a PPT overnight, trying to put a platform in favor of the, your company, and you have to put such a, fantastic logic, which was never existing, So all these things from a developer stage where you've done and to this world of imagination, I think it will take time. And what I think is, I suggest you do pre-sales. That is the first step towards this region.
Yeah,
But I'm
Yeah,
not
Gokul.
looking to like switch
yeah,
my
yeah. Can I
blockchain
add to it,
domain.
Praveen?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Can I add to it, Praveen?
Sure.
Shubneet,
Yes,
see,
sir. Yeah.
once you are a developer, always be a developer. So that is my suggestion. Please don't leave the world of code.
Yeah,
However,
exactly. Yeah.
from a career perspective, uh, having a knowledge in development will make you a better programmer, I mean, better manager, architect, and analyst based
Okay.
on your interest. Now, your interest matters. You already have knowledge as a programmer. Now you have to decide after your business MBA program. Now it is either there are opportunities in big four consulting companies. They look for developers who understand business to come as consultants. They always look for consultants to have a developer background. So if you go for careers in EY, PwC, Deloitte, or KPMG, they will always appreciate your mix of technical and business knowledge. And secondly, other areas where your value will be appreciated is in companies like IBM and Accenture, Tech Mahindra, others who are into technology consulting. They will also appreciate the combination of your developer background and your business education. But I will never say you have to leave this domain, because
Yes,
this
yes,
you
yes.
are
Yeah.
in the uh, crossroads right now. This blockchain is going to expand its horizons way more. The reason is the government itself, like you worked in Nidhi Aayog. Now Nidhi Aayog is one of the pioneer in government who worked in blockchain. But
Yeah.
now, along with Nidhi Aayog, NIC, MeitY, all this government enterprises are also venturing into blockchain space. Then likewise, all the big services company like Tech Mahindra and IBM, Accenture, they are also career move by doing an MBA together with the developer background. So please improve your consulting skills. That will really help you. That is something you will, like Praveen said, whether you are in the pre-sales role or in the project business analyst role, this consulting skill will very much help you to improve your career profession.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thanks a lot, Gokul. Thanks a lot. Like, just add value to my thought process.
Exactly.
Thank you. Yeah.
Next question, please. So there's a question here in the chat room um, uh, that Python. However, nice to learn JavaScript, Solidity, getting developer engineer profiles. The space long term. Python value. Oh, somebody Gokul, you are only adjusting. Okay, okay.
So,
Any questions,
Praveen,
please?
that was my response.
Okay. Any other question, please? Hello. So I think Ram, we have done. I think almost we are end of the thing. So thank
Okay.
you a lot for the time, and our contact details will be here. And we also, thanks everybody for patiently waiting till this long. I've not seen a crowd of 20 people waiting for all this time, and almost like considerable time to listen to this. I hope we gave value to you. And Ramdas, it's to you.
Good
Thanks a lot,
evening.
Gokul.
Thanks, Mr. Praveen and Gokul, giving the excellent session today. I think most of the people will benefit about this thing. Once again, I thanks for both of them. Now the Tamil Nadu IEI, I think everybody knows that Tamil Nadu is IEI, Tamil Nadu State Center, having YouTube channel. All the videos are available in this video also available shortly in the YouTube channel. So previously that Praveen and other friends are given that cryptocurrency and other blockchain videos are available in the YouTube channel. Just anybody wants to see that, just go there and then IE Tamil Nadu State Center, type YouTube channel IE Tamil Nadu State Center. All the videos are available. Thanks all the participants to particular session, and then I think most of the people that all the people are enhancing their blockchain knowledge and everything. Thank you, one and all.
Ram, one guy has raised, Nandu has raised his hand. Nandu, just before. Nandu, hello. Can you allow Nandu?
Hello.
Yes, Nandu. Yeah. Hello.
Just unmute and then you talk.
என்ன இது இருக்கிறதே இருக்கா கிட்ட வச்சு என்ன பண்ணுவேன்
I think it's wrong thing. I think it's by mistake. Okay, good night, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. It's an honor. So looking forward to participate more in sessions from Tamil Nadu.
Next week.
Yeah, next week. We'll
Next
all.
week, September.
Yeah, thank
Thanks
you.
a lot. Thanks a lot, Gokul. Thanks a lot, Ram. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you once again.